Hey Spencer, Coach Gilcrease here. First off, just want to thank you for coming out to camp. Had a good time working with you. Hope you had a good rest of the summer. This is going to be a video analysis. So the first thing I like to look at is I want to make sure we got a good base and a good foundation set up before we start our swing. Okay, so right here we got a good athletic stance, good bend in our knees. We're squared up to the plate. Okay, good position here with our hands. Our head's in the center of our body. Okay, so everything looks good here at this position. All right, the next thing I want to get into is our load. Okay, and it's one of the most important things in your swing is making sure we have a good load. That way everything works in sync as we continue our swing. Okay, so some of the key things here: making sure our head stays still. Okay, don't want that head to move back and forth. Making sure when we pick up this foot here, that front foot, when we take that stride step with it. Okay, all we're doing is picking it up and putting it down. Okay, we never want our weight to start going forward. Okay, that means we're going to hit off of our front foot on everything we do. Okay, another thing, making sure our hands are kind of moving back this way. Okay, we don't want them just to remain stationary, because your swing needs to have a rhythm to it. Okay, so when this foot moves, the hand should move. Okay, the only reason we're loading is we're trying to get all of our weight back here on our back foot. Okay, so we have to make sure we're doing a good job of transferring our weight back to that back leg. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make sure our head stays stationary, and I'm just going to play your load through, and we're going to see where you're at once you get loaded. Okay, so we're loaded. Okay, our head moved forward. Okay, all of our weight now is transferred to our front leg, and what we didn't move our hands. Okay, what happened is our hands stayed still and our head moved. This is the right separation we want from our head to our hands. Okay, but we want to do it by keeping our head here. Okay, we want to keep our head here, and then move our hands back there. Okay. So the most important thing I was talking about earlier is making sure that head stays still. So already from the first thing we do in swinging is taking our load, we've already moved our head forward. Okay, so we got to make sure we keep our head in the center of our body, and we have to make sure that this doesn't happen here on that front leg. Okay, this leg should be straight, whereas this leg should have that bend in it like the front knee does right now. Okay, all of it's a simple correction. Okay, we just have to make sure we're shifting that weight backwards and not forward. Now from this position here, now we're ready to attack the ball. Okay, so we're just going to say you're going to hit the ball somewhere out here. What I want to see is I want to see your hands move down that line I just drew. Okay, we always preach short to it, long through it. And what that means is you want to take the shortest path to the ball if possible, and then once you make contact, you want to stay on contact as long as possible. Okay, so you want to stay through that ball as long as you possibly can, pushing through the zone. All right, so I'm going to play it through here. I want to see your hands stay on. You do a good job right there. Your hands stay on line. Okay, you're just a little out in front of that ball. Okay, that's the only problem here. Okay, everything was kind of rushed. You're a little out in front of it. So there's contact right there. All right, good job though with your bat path. That looks good. Now we're going to get into contact. Okay, I know we didn't get the result we wanted with the swing. Okay, but it was all because everything was early. Our timing was early. Okay, that's a simple fix. Just sit back, wait on the ball to get to you. Okay, these lines I'm drawing here on that back leg. Okay, so we did a good job here rotating up on that back foot, and we got a good L formed here on our backside. Okay, this is where our power is. Now if we hadn't have transferred all of our weight forward in our load, that L, that back knee would be pushed down a little more. Okay, and there'd be a lot of power in that back leg. Okay, so we've kind of deadened that. There's an L there, but it's just a natural L. Okay, we've kind of deadened that backside. Okay, we want to make sure it's powerful. Okay, now we do have a good stiff front side here. Okay, so we always want to hit off a stiff front side. We did a good job with that. Right here we got left palm down, right palm up. Okay, that means the bat's flat at contact. We got our head down on the ball. Okay, so all of those things are good. All we can do now is we can make it better. Okay, so make sure we work on driving that knee down and staying in our legs more. Alright, now the next thing I want to talk about is being long through it. Okay, we talked about earlier being short to it, and you did a good job with that. Now I want to see how long you can stay on the ball. Okay, so what I want to see is I want to see you push through the zone like that. Okay, I want to see the hands extend. I want to see you completely extend your arms. Okay, get great extension through the ball before you continue your follow through. Okay, And what we do here is you'll notice the first thing that happens when I roll the clip forward is that right hand rolls over to the top. See it? Okay, so we got to make sure we stay through that ball, push through the zone, make sure we're getting good extension on the ball. Okay. Spencer, what I really want you to work on is just having a better load. Okay, all of the rest of it's going to correct itself if you get a better load. Okay, so I want to see some fluidity in that swing. Make the hands move, get that front leg moving a little bit. And we're making sure we're loading everything up on that back leg. That way we're able to fire towards that ball. Okay? It's Coach Kilcrease again. Thanks so much for coming to camp. I look forward to seeing you again.